So welcome to another episode of LGO Boxing. And as always, we have Mr. LGO Boxing with us. And we're going to be analyzing some upcoming fights. So tell us, what fights are we analyzing today and what is on the cards?
That is the the most exciting fight at the moment is the Fabio Wardley fight versus Daniel Dubois. Obviously, we have other fights going on. We have the, the Chisora, Deontay Wilder fight going on. We have the Tyson Fury fight against Asalabek fight going on. But the most exciting one, the evenly matched one, because both of them are young as well, is the Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois. That's the one that we're talking about.
Daniel Dubois recently shot up to a lot of prominence. I know he's been there, doing his thing, but after the fight with Anthony Joshua, I mean, his cards just went up. He had a fight after that as well, did he not?
Yes, he did, and he lost to obviously the great Usyk.
Yes. Yeah, so we're not going to count that against him because no one has managed to, get on the better side of Usyk. So for now, Dubois is still one of the top fighters in the heavyweight division.
He is, definitely he is. And he's lost, I think he's lost like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I know he lost to Joe Joyce. He's lost 3 times now, or 4 times. He lost to Joe Joyce. He lost to Usyk the first time.
Yeah.
The second time. And he's lost to someone else as well, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But,
so, I mean, it's if you've lost 4 fights in the heavyweight division, it's not too much of a loss because they are heavy punchers over there. After his fight with Anthony Joshua, he won a belt for that?
For Anthony Joshua, that was for the IBF belt.
The IBF belt.
IBF belt.
And he's lost that belt now.
He lost that belt, yes. Straight unified it with Usyk.
Yes.
Wanted to get Usyk's free other belt, and obviously.
So if he had won that fight, he would have
undisputed straight away. Would have been the owner of all 5-6 belts of the division.
Usyk is very, very confident. Putting himself on the line for all those belts that he has gathered.
He's a typical example of someone you would call a giant slayer, because he's like 6'2". He's not big, and you just feel like, let me go in there and just go and give it to him. But before you know it, he's actually taking advantage of you and just slaying the giants.
There's something about the way Usyk fights. I mean, he has fought big men. He has fought Tyson Fury, fought Dubois, Anthony Joshua. What does he have over them? I
just feel like it's the mentality for him, and I feel like it's his work rate.
Yeah.
Because you see him, the time I saw him, and that's the best fight I've seen Anthony Joshua fight. The second Anthony Joshua fight, and you saw. I thought Anthony Joshua got him in like the 7th, 8th, 9th round. But you saw him come back strong around the 10th round. Yes. You just saw him doing the bump, 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 bump. He never gets tired. Yes. And he comes stronger at the later rounds when most heavyweights are getting tired.
I think because he's not a lad, he's quicker on his feet than most heavyweights.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
That's an advantage.
He just has that Eastern European boxing style. He's even got more skills than most of them as well, and he's got the durability too.
He's got the durability. Yeah, he's a very brave man.
He is.
Yeah, he's a very brave man, and I think he's doing well for the division as well because he's not one to shy away from a fight.
He's not one to shy away from the fight. And the thing about Usyk was like, obviously English is not his first language.
Yes,
I'll say it's entertaining. But before Usyk fought, who did he fight first? He fought the American guy first, but he actually shot to prominence when he fought Derek Chisora.
Yes.
During COVID, actually. There was no crowd in that fight, maybe 20 people in there. And that's when people started to take note of him. Because initially, when he came up from the cruiserweight, he wiped the old cruiserweight up, undisputed there, and he felt like, I got nothing else to do there, let me come up. Wow. And I felt like, Tyson Fury were like, whoa, he's too small for me. What's his name? Anthony Joshua was like, it's too small for me. Wilder was like, I'm not even going to fight him, but it's too small for me. And he came up and just took them all out. I wrote him off myself, and I'm sorry for that. I wouldn't do it again.
Okay, so but we're only talking about him because of he's the one who has handed Dubois his latest loss. But Dubois dusted his shoulders and is up for more.
Yes.
How long ago was that fight?
That fight was last year. It wasn't last year. It was last year. Yeah, it was last year. It was last year. I think summer last year. I don't know exactly.
Is there enough time for Dubois to
Absolutely.
recover?
Yeah, absolutely more than
Mentally and physically?
mentally and physically, definitely. Okay. Yeah, it's more than enough time. I
So
think it's
he's
over
ready.
6 months. Yeah.
And who's the opponents?
Your opponent is actually the current WBO World Boxing Organization champion, Fabio Wardley.
Who did he win to get that belt?
Initially, Fabio, you call him a paper champion. People will call him a paper champion because he got an email saying you are now the new heavyweight champion. He did not win.
Oh,
he won the interim belt, which is like the interim title belt.
Yes.
And Usyk was the champion at the time. So Usyk was obligated to fight Fabio as his mandatory. And Usyk was like, you know what? I don't want none of Fabio. I'm going to relinquish this belt.
Oh, okay.
And Fabio, being the interim champion, was elevated up. But people still think he's a paper champion.
So this is going to be Fabio's first defense?
Absolutely, yes, it will be.
And Dubois will be looking to get another belt.
Yes.
That he lost to Usyk.
Borderline, that's his third belt in a way, because he was actually the WBO regular champion when he beat the American guy on the Don King card as well. So like it's gonna be like his third belt.
So they both have something to lose. So it's going to be a fight.
It will be a fight. It will be a fight. And to be honest with you, when it comes to prestige, when it comes to boxing community, Daniel Dubois is high up there. Because Fabio, how did he come into boxing? He came in as a white collar. White collar is like, people just organize boxing events.
Yes.
People that work in the banks, that works in the insurance company, just come and fight. No professional experience. Maybe you go to the gym. And they just excelled from there. And before you know it, he just went up and up. And I give it to, what's his name? Dylan White. And Dylan White was like, you know what? I know you've got no boxing experience, no amateur experience, but I will still support you anyway. I will sign you and we will train you up and you'll be fine.
Dylan White?
Dylan White actually
was
signed
the fighter?
him. The fighter. So he signed him. He's still his manager now, and obviously Dylan White is now down there.
Yes.
And he's now up there. Dylan White, funnily enough, he's never been a world heavyweight champion. Oh, and obviously he's known boxing from a young age. See, that's life.
That's life. Yeah. Sometimes it's you get to the belts before you hit your prime, but I think Dylan White is gone past his prime.
Yeah, to be honest, he's gone past his prime. But Dylan White can always punch. And in every way, you always have a puncher's chance.
Yes.
If he gets the opportunity, you never know.
Talk about that. That is how Anthony Joshua lost to the Mexican guy.
But funnily enough,
in heavyweight, you could get taken out. Yeah?
But funnily enough, people, because of John, what's it called? Ruiz's physique. Ruiz is a top boxer. Because Ruiz, to me, he should have been a world heavyweight champion even before he fought Anthony Joshua. Because you remember when he went to New Zealand to fight Joseph Parker?
Yes.
He won that fight. If that fight was in America, if it was in Mexico, Ruiz would have been a champion defending his belt against Anthony Joshua. But he went to New Zealand, which was the homeland of Joseph Parker.
Yes.
And Joseph Parker got the nod. But that fight, I watched it, Ruiz won that fight.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that in heavyweights, there is no time to blink. You could be knocked out if you do not put your gloves up. So yeah, okay. So that's going to be a good fight. Who do you think will get the upper hand in that fight?
Mean Fabio and Dubois?
Yes.
To be honest with you, that's a 50-50 fight. Genuine 50-50 fight. Because someone in Fabio, people sometimes will say that his head is actually his defense. Because he can take punches, he never goes down. And Dubois does punch, he punches like a mole. If Dubois connects with you, you're going down. The only guy that's been able to withstand him, constantly punching him. And to be honest, he didn't withstand him. The fight was stopped. Is Gerald Miller, the what's it called, the big baby, when they fought in Saudi Arabia. And actually, I think it was the 12th round. And the referee stopped the fight. But Dubois, the way he punches his physique. I know he doesn't have the skill to pay the bills, but he punches like a mole.
Punches hard. Yeah.
If Fabio fights the way he fights against Dubois,
he's going to get
win the fight.
Okay.
I think he will win the fight.
So you're calling for Dubois?
I cannot.
I mean, you have to call if you have to. I have just said okay. So if you want to hear the call, stay tuned. And you will hear the call. Watch till the end. At the end of this segment, he will call out who he thinks is going to win. So stay tuned. Yeah.
Because Dubois, Fabio actually, when he fought Joseph Parker, when he fought on Michael Pollard, the coffee guy, the American guy. He fought Jerry Miller. He fought Justin Uni. He fought all those 5 guys on Frazier Clark as well. When he fought those guys, literally I wrote him off against all those guys.
So you don't want to write him off again?
I'm not going to write him off again because the way this guy fights, he's got no skills, he's got no experience, his leg is a bit bendy. It just looks like someone that you can just get in there and just knock out.
Yeah.
But when it starts going, it seems like as the fight goes on, it just gets crazier and crazier. You can't do anything against him. Whereas Dubois actually punches very hard, but when the talk gets going, he struggles.
You think he doesn't have the stamina for the talk?
He has the stamina, but he doesn't understand the act of war. You know, boxing is about, when it gets to war, actually, you get to a point whereby people are punched. Because people watch his fight against Joe Joyce. He was actually doing well against Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce was just jabbing him. But when he got frustrated and he just took a knee and he stopped. Mm-hmm. So if Fabio, the way he's going to fight you, he will give you tick for tack. You give him 2, he gives you 2 back. And Dubois, does he have the mindset to actually withstand that? That I'm not sure.
I think with the fight against Dubois and Anthony Joshua, I think he came in as the warrior and Anthony came in as the, the scholar, the guy who has the skills. And Dubois won because Dubois came for a fight. So Dubois might come like that in this fight.
But the thing about Anthony Joshua, we always knew that Anthony Joshua had a suspected chin. Let's face it. And that fight actually, it was the chin. Anthony Joshua had it. He wanted to give it to him, but his chin was just not good. Yeah. Whereas Dubois has got a good chin, but it's not got a fantastic heart.
Okay. So so do we have any insights into their training camps? Who's training them?
Yes.
Are they already in camp? Are they out of the country?
Yes. Funnily enough, in the past, actually, the rumor going up on the boxing scene is like they used to spar back in the days. And Fabio Wardley is older than Dubois. Fabio Wardley is 31, going to 32. Dubois is 37. And obviously, when they did a lot of boxing sparring. And Dubois used to beat Fabio up. Even Fabio was like, well, it's many years ago, he used to beat me up in sparring. So Dubois believes that I used to beat him up in sparring. I'm better than him.
Okay.
Their trainer currently is a Nigerian British trainer called Don Charles. What's his name? He is Dubois' trainer. He left him recently when he lost to Usyk. He came back to him. And the trainer that who trains Fabio Wardley is Anthony Joshua's old trainer. I'm forgetting his name right now. He also trains the young mixtures coming through as well, and he's a very good trainer. So yeah. So
they're all getting ready. The fight is tomorrow.
The fight is actually the 9th of May.
Oh, the 9th of May.
Yes.
Okay, so the fight is on the 9th of May. So they're on their last preparation. Do they? I know they check what they eat, but the good thing is this is heavyweight, so they are not really
making weight
or losing weight.
Yes.
They're not looking to gain or to lose weight. So they still pay attention to their diets.
There's still few of them, to be honest.
Okay.
And I think few of them do, but these guys, Fabio and Daniel are not they're the big heavyweights, but not the big heavyweights like the Baby Millers. They're not the Criscos. They're not the Valium. Okay. So they are okay, but they tend to be like they come in shapes. And obviously David A and all those guys are smaller ones, but they are okay. They will eat what they need to eat. They will train how they need to train, and
What are the chances that someone comes up and says maybe they hurt their toe or because it's happened sometimes.
David A, of course. It's not only David A, actually. Few boxers actually come up with that excuse. Their toe is hurting, they've not been able to punch properly. But the most popular one is, where's your toe? Where's your toe? David A, actually. He's a legend. I like David A, but that's...
Yeah, the British David A.
The British David A.
But we're looking forward to this fight. Okay. So I will make a call based on what I have seen so far and based on the analysis I've heard so far. I will give it to Dubois. I will give it to Dubois for the win.
All right.
Not because he is better, but there's something about Dubois I feel that will want it more, especially because he has held a belt and the belt was taken from him.
Yes.
And this is the easiest belt that he might get.
All right.
This is the belt for grabs.
That's to be honest with you, I see this fight as a genuine 50-50 fight. And to be honest with you, the only guy that fought would have given Usyk the fight of his life is Fabio. And I'm surprised that Usyk decided to relinquish that belt. He's a professional, he knows what he's doing. You must have seen something in Fabio to say
that is true, you know.
I'm not defending against this guy. He's a crazy guy. I'm leaving that belt. From what I've seen so far, it's undefeated. You're as good as what you're doing for me lately. It's undefeated. It's had a draw against Fraser Clark. So I personally will go for the champion, Fabio Wardley.
Yeah.
For him to have come in from nowhere, white collar, to be where he is, whereas professional boxers that's been to Olympics, they've never been a world champion, I think Fabio will defend his belt and win it. Okay.
So I've got Mr. LGO to make his prediction, and it's Fabio for the win.
I think Fabio
for the win. Okay, so thank you very much for staying tuned. Like we said, we come here and we analyze the boxing game. We've just analyzed the match that we are all looking forward to between Fabio and Dubois, and we'll be giving you some more. Stay tuned, subscribe, and we will be talking about this again just before the fight. So stay tuned.
Thank you guys. That's it.
Thank you guys, and thank you for LGO Boxing for being the host and educating us. Thank you.
Thank you. On to the next.
Yes.